If you grew up in the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, and even early 90s, you may remember Romper Room. We watched it on our television, but did you know they also made Romper Room toys? I'm going to blow your mind on some of these. You forgot about them, but you're going to remember them when you see them. Romper Room. Now I'm not going to go over the history of what is Romper Room because this video is about the toys. But Romper Room was a syndicated kid TV program. You know, think of it in the vein of Mr. Rogers, although it was totally different than Mr. Rogers, but it was for kids. It started in the late 50s, ran through the 60s, the 70s, 80s, and into 1994. I don't remember seeing this thing in the 80s or the 90s, but I probably wasn't looking for it. I was probably flipping it around. And to be honest, I know my brother and sister used to watch it, but I was more of a Captain Kangaroo type guy. But did you know they made toys also? One of my very earliest toys was a Romper Room toy. And I played with this thing with my Star Wars figures, with my He-Man figures. My sister played with it, my brother played with it. I think it was actually my brother's toys. But this thing, even my kids played with this. We'll look at it first in just a second. But a lot of Romper Room toys was made by Hasbro. Kind of a joint operation there. So you're going to see some Weeble Wobbles. Weeble Wobbles. Weebles, they wobble, but they don't fall down. Okay, I know they're just called Wobbles. Okay, I know they're just called Weebles, but I always call them Weeble Wobbles. And you'll see other things that's kind of tied with Hasbro. So I just want to let you know, yeah, Hasbro made a lot of these. But before Hasbro started working with Romper Room, they were on their own. I'm not going to tell you which one is Hasbro, which one's not. You can usually tell by the box because it's kids from the 60s. But let's dig into the Romper Room toys. I'm guaranteed some of these you forgot you had. It's going to blow your mind. You're going to say, I forgot all about that. Some of these are staple of kindergartens and daycares in the 70s and 80s. Let's look at them. And I'm going to start right where I said I was going to start, with the toy of my childhood. This is the box and everything. We used to play with this. I would build all kinds of castles, all kinds of bases, build towers just to watch them fall over. Someone was broke and I still play with them. And like I said, my kids, at least my daughter, used to play with this. My niece used to play with this. This thing went around our house for years. Sadly, my grandma and grandpa passed away and my parents took it and they kept it, but they put it in a Ziploc bag and threw the box away. The container, that was the best part. It was like, oh, it's old and ragged. I guess Will Smith was right. Grandparents just don't understand. But yeah, this is like the earliest toy I think I can remember. This thing, like I said, I played with it for years and I loved it. I know it doesn't look like that much fun, but believe me, it was. You could drop a Jawa. You could build a tower and drop a Jawa right down it, right down. You couldn't see my hand. You know what I was doing anyway. So let's move on and look at some of these Romper Room toys. How about this one right here? The Snoopy Camera. It's a counting camera also. That's right. It's a camera that counts. But if counting cameras aren't your thing, there's other things also. Like this. Romper Stompers by Romper Room. I think some of you probably had that. Seems more of a girl toy, but guys could probably play. It was just like a bucket with a string on it and you stood on it. I don't know. I've always seen this and never actually played with them, I don't think. And then we got, yeah, from Hasbro, as you know, Mr. Potato Head. Romper Room edition. There's a little Romper Room logo on it, so you know that is Run Dark Mr. Potato Head. That's not a racist joke. I'm not trying to I don't do racist jokes on this channel. But that is one dark Mr. Potato Head. How about this right here? Old Owl Binoculars. It's a binocular, but it's an owl. These look, I don't remember these, but I think I would have loved these as a kid. I always liked binoculars and magnifying glasses, stuff that made everything look bigger. I always liked that. But that would have been kind of cool. Creature Peepers. I know an old man down the road we used to call Creepers Peepers, but that's because he would climb up in the tree with his binoculars and look. Oh, there, let's go on here. How about this one? Goofy Gears. This is just, see, a lot of these are educational type toys. I'm not sure all of them are, but a lot of them are. But there we go. Has movable gears. Yeah, we all like to play with gears, but they're fun if they're movable gears. That's the kind of gears we like best. How about this? Scoopa Loop. There was another game like this called something else, I think. But you just put a plastic ball with this little scoop and you throw it back and forth and try to catch it. I was going to say it was Birdie. Remember, it's not Birdie. Birdie was that little, kind of like tennis. Remember that Birdie thing? Is there professional birdie players? I bet not. But there we go, right there. That girl's having more fun than should be allowed to play with a Scoopa Loop. ages 3 to 7. Sorry, 8-year-olds. And here we go. How about this one right here? A Weeble Wobble Circus. I know, there's Weebles. La Circus Weeble. I don't know what it says, but I know this. It looks darn cool. I had a lot of Wobbles, a lot of Weebles, and didn't have that one. Kind of wish I did. It looks like it's a lot of fun. And we have, that girl got Down syndrome? I guess it's okay. All kinds of models out there in the world. We got a Wobbles, I still want to call them Weeble Wobbles. A Wobbles playset. Wobbles playset. It looks pretty cool. It's got a slide. It's got a, well, there's one kid sitting on a seesaw. Seesaw ain't no fun by yourself. Got a swing set and the merry-go-round thing that spins around. A lot of fun. And how about this? A marching Mickey Mouse. You hold his hand and you make it walk. It's kind of creepy, let's be honest. It's kind of creepy. And it was made by Romper. I think this might have been also a division by Hasbro. I'm not 100% sure because I can't see the box. I can't tell the kids are from the 60s. How about this? Definitely 60s era. Romper sing-along party. Magic mirror song. Punch ball song. Whew, that makes my stomach hurt. And parachute basket song. Man, that sounds like a good one right there. I thought it said prostate to start with. I thought it said prostate basket song. Good thing I learned how to read. But there we go. Romper. That is great. 60s. Look at that. And then we have hatching eggs. The eggs will hatch. You take them out, you connect them together. Maybe it's kind of like that. Remember that cooties? Remember they kind of hooked together? Open play food eggs to find the stack egg. Oh, you got one of them stacked and you got to find it. I don't sound too fun to me, but apparently, this was before the internet, before computers and everything. We didn't have much to entertain ourselves, so we had to have hitching eggs. How about this right? The Romper Clown. It was supposed to fill kids with joy, make them happy. They gave us all a fright, I'm sure. Look at this scary, horrible thing. Ooh. How about my friend Snoopy? That's right, Snoopy. You can take him bowling. Look at that. He's your friend. He's Snoopy. He's a dog, and he's a bowler. Then we have, the haunted house. The Weeble haunted house. Isn't this thing cool? I didn't have this one either. I just had loot. I don't think I had play sets for the Weebles. But I didn't have this. Would have been awesome. I love that. I would love to have that house just to play with my Star Wars figures in. And then we got Mo the monkey. I don't know who Mo is, but I know one thing. Mo is a monkey. And you can play with him right there. Play with Mo and his monkey. And then we got the milk wagon. I like the sound of that. Romper milk wagon. I wish a milk wagon would come by my house. Well, only if it was delivering quick chocolate milk. Okay. How about, here's a Romper book. Did you know they made books? Finger plays and action rhymes. Had an old man down the road loved to play finger plays. Man, he did. Anyway, let's move on here. How about this one right here? The Flintstones got into the Weeble Wobble act with Wobbles, but there's the Romper logo. It's a little house that says Romper on it. That's kind of cool. Fred looks a little weird. Fred does. And man, that is a fat Pebbles. That's a fat Wilma too. Man. Weeble Wobbles didn't care about fat shaming anybody. Here's a Scarecrow. I don't know exactly what this did. I couldn't even find a picture of the box for it, and I spent over 30 seconds looking for it. It's released in the early 80s. Romper and Hasbro. A Scarecrow. Whew. That's one scary Scarecrow. How about this right here? Stickle stackers. Oh, I remember these. See, I didn't even pull the picture and I forgot to really look at it. I was just pulling pictures so fast. Sorry, I didn't create your website. I went to Google Image and started pulling stuff. Sorry. But it's just a generic box. If you go out your way to do a special picture, then I can see you can create. But we're getting off topic here. It's like little, I don't know how to describe it, but they link together. Everybody had these. These are one of these staples that was in daycares and kindergarten classes. And here's just an ad I was going to pull up. It has the Inchworm. Remember the Inchworm toy? We go up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down on it. And there's a bee, and I didn't know about the kangaroo ride-on. I did a whole video about ride-on toys. I mentioned the little worm. Didn't know about the kangaroo. Should have been in the video. Kangaroo. How about this one right here? Mr. Magnet Man. I don't like this as a kid because I like magnet stuff too. Magnifying glasses, telescopes, anything that, made you anything large or anything that had magnets on it was always cool. This would have been cool. I would have tried to throw the magnet. I would have tried to throw the magnets, make it stick on there. Would have been a lot of fun. If you ask me anyway, I love playing with magic. Now I said a lot of these toys were educational. You know, maybe learn a little bit about magnets and everything and how they work, what they can and can't stick to. But at times a kid needs to let his anger out. So Romper Room lets you do that. There was no toy guns, but don't worry. You could punch a clown, a blow-up doll clown at that. You're like, oh, my mommy spends more time with her blow-up boyfriend. I'm going to take it out on this clown. I can understand that. It's a fitness fun by Romper Room. Romper Room. And we have a Pussycat Mirror. Meow. I'll never do that again, I promise. Is that a boy? There's a boy on the Pussycat Mirror? That boy is a... And then we have Fun Around Faces. Just get to make a lot of crazy faces. Got a little crank on it and everything so you can change like a piece of paper. Awesome. And it's Hasbro, but it's part of their... How did I forget the name of it? I was going to say Rumble House. It's part of their Romper Room play toys. Romper Room. And how about this? You want to beat up a Wobble? That Weeble Wobble will fall down if you pop it. Yep, you get to beat up a Weeble Wobble that's about the same size as you. Look at this thing. Look, it's really just about the size of those kids. That's crazy. I can understand wanting to punch a Weeble Wobble. I want to do that. Never understood why Kenner wanted you to punch R2-D2. That just seems sad. And a poor Jawa. But we're moving on. We're not talking Star Wars toys. We're talking Romper Room. Like this right here. It looks a lot of fun. It even has one of the Wobble guys getting hit by a truck. It's the Super Weeble Hero Set. And the Avenger with Mr. Trouble. I didn't know this. It's got a whole backstory here. I don't even know who Mr. Trouble is. And they also made a girl toy. Look at this. Color your own. Color Me Doll. Romper Room Color Me Doll. We're going back before the Hasbro era. As you can probably tell by the box. That is one creepy looking doll. Whew, that is creepy. But you think that's scary? There was a bee mascot on Romper Room and they turned it into a toy. I don't know. I guess kids are supposed to get excited. Supposed to find it lovable. But I find it freaky. Scary. Horrifying. The horror. Look at this thing. Does it look like it would bring joy to anyone? Even kids sitting inside the Romper Room studio? Can't look at it. Where's the button to turn it off? Where's the button to turn it off? I can't look at this anymore. Oh. That thing was scary. But anyway, I don't know if you guys care about Romper Room toys. Sometimes it's hard to judge you guys. Sometimes it's easy. But we'll see how this video does. So let me know in the comments below. Which one of these Romper Room toys did you have? Which one did you forget you had?
Hey, Junkman channel popping though.
Thank you, sir, for that unsolicited testimony.